Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today it's Saturday night and I'm recording my what I melted for the week and my empties. I think I'm going to reset my schedule, my weekly box, so that it ends on a Saturday because it's just a little bit more convenient. This might come in two parts because and you may have seen I did two parts for when I picked the box. Because I was home so much this week, I had so much. Because I do one set for the morning and one set for the evening with 5 warmers, and I tend to not have the same thing running in every warmer. I tend to go for sort of 3 different scents, 3 to 4 running through the house. So I touched a lot of stuff. Future weeks will not be this big. I'll just put that out there right now. So I'll get stuck straight into it. Normally I'd start with my empties, and I will get to that in a second, but I thought I'd just go through, because there's a mix of empties and then non-empties, because I did a comparison of my ginger ales. I went through and melted a different ginger ale in every room, just to see what the differences were, and I swear it was amazing. Like, I could smell ginger ale down my driveway. It was so strong. So yeah, it was, a really good idea. But the one I emptied was the Barrett's Wax Crafts ginger ale, which is definitely one of the strongest performers. It's just your standard bubbly, gingery, really nice ginger ale. Throws for ages. This one was throwing down the driveway, so super strong. Just a reliable performer, so definitely would repurchase that one. The other one that I thought was quite similar was Satin Susie Scents Gigi's ginger ale. Maybe a very slight kind of lemon lime note to it that the other one doesn't have, but other than when they were melting, they were pretty similar. I thought I couldn't tell them apart walking between rooms, and both throwing really strongly. Both lasted forever, so I would probably interchange between either of those two if I just wanted a standard ginger ale scent. The other one that I didn't melt but sort of fits into that category, because I only had like half of an ounce left, is my K ginger ale. Smells a little bit different on cold. I do wish I'd had a bit more of this one, because I've got honestly like a third of an ounce. It wouldn't have held up in this, because I do blend with her ginger ale a bit. So this is another one that I like to get just to have around, because I really like blending with ginger ale, but I also like just having it to melt. I love the smell of my house when it's filled with ginger ale. So any of those 3 I would definitely, or all of them, or some of them, I would definitely keep in the house. The other 2 that I did melt, so I melted some of my Handworks Ingwer Ale, which is subtly sweet ginger bubbly ale. This one is not as strong as the others, so it was probably only a medium to high throw, maybe more medium. It's definitely a lighter, it's bubbly, but it's less bubbly and it's sweeter. I quite like it for something different, so I think I would get it again, probably just for that reason, although it doesn't quite perform as well as the others. But yeah, it's definitely ginger ale, but it's a different scent. And the last one I did was Dessa's Homespun Scents Sparkling Ginger Ale. Now this one, I'll be honest, I'm tempted to buy it again in the next pre-order and see if it smells the same, because at one point I thought this was a ginger bakery, or like a ginger tea or ginger tea bakery kind of scent. Like, it does not smell fizzy or sparkly at all to me. I really like it. It's a really nice, like, slightly lemon ginger scent, but it just doesn't smell like any ginger ale I've smelt. So yeah, I'm a little bit perplexed by that one. It's a really nice scent, really strong throw for ages. I would probably repurchase the scent for the scent, but not if I was looking for a ginger ale. So that's all of the solo ginger ales that I did, that I melted this week. I also melted today some of a blend that I did at Waxidence, so pineapple ginger ale. I love that you can get customs of anything, and you can get custom bags these shapes. I actually just did an order. She had 30% off today, so I just placed an order for some more shapes and a few custom blends because they're just perfect to put in the warmer. And this smelled amazing. Her ginger ale is really good. It was throwing, I had this in for over 10 hours in the warmers and it was still going just as strong, like out the windows when I went to switch it off. So such a good performer. And the pineapple just, that little fruity kick to it. So good. This is one of my favorites. I think I can't see myself using all of that before summer ends, and this is definitely more of a summer leaning blend to me. But I reckon next summer I will probably pick up some more of that. Alright, so now I've talked about ginger ale. So if all you wanted to hear about was ginger ale, feel free to switch off now. No, don't. And now I'll go through the rest of my empties. So I also melted, so this is an Australian brand who's now rebranded as Minty Bean Obscurus. So hanging rock, brown sugar and cinnamon baked juicy apples, buttery vanilla, toasted almonds and warm freshly baked crust. This is one of the first wax melts that I ever melted. I got it at the start of the year and it smelt amazing. It's got the apples just... It's got this beautiful sweetness from the apples, and it is juicy, and it smells so good. And when I first got it, I was getting good throw off 1 cube. This time around, however, I had 2 cubes in one warmer and maybe 1.5 in another, and it was at best medium to light. So, and this is something I have found. I think I've got to push my way through the rest of her wax because I'm just finding it doesn't throw after a while. Like it seems to. I have a lot of wax from the start of the year, but hers is the only wax I'd say who has had degraded performance, and I store it all exactly the same. So there's no reason that I can see that her wax should be performing worse than the others, but here we are. From Baby Got Wax, personally victimized by Regina George, apple blossoms and peaches. It's a bit confusing. She's actually done 2 scents in this name. One in her burn book, which was like a Mean Girls themed pack, and then she's got one in her regular line as well, but this is from the pack. And I really like this scent. It's floral, but it's got this fruity sweetness. It really, really nice. One of my, not my absolute favourite from the book, but one of mine. And it was sort of medium-high throw, and I think it sort of lasted for 5 to 6 hours before it started to die off a bit. If it was available again, maybe I'd repurchase. I'm not dying for it, but possibly. Next I emptied Waxident's Spring Rain Lavender Vanilla. So I got this around Easter. She did I got a rain sampler, and I did not like this. I just wanted to use it up. I just the lavender vanilla, I don't know, everything else with Spring Rain was fine, but with the lavender vanilla, it was really off-putting. It was really strong, and it threw for a while until I think I switched it off at about 6 hours, but I don't like it. Would not blend that or repurchase that. Next we have, so I got this from an Australian stockist, Geekfire Labs Memories of Gallifrey, and I went searching before, I can't actually find the notes anymore. Now, the first time I melted this, and granted I only used 1 cube, I've learned my lesson since then, pardon me, it did not throw. I tried other Geekfire Labs, and I tried them with 2 cubes, and a couple of the fruity ones performed, but most of the interesting blends just very weak throw. So I kind of forgot about and left them aside for a while. This time I did, now granted I put more in, I did 2.5 cubes per warmer, which is more than I like to use. But it actually did pretty well. I won't say it was super strong, but it did get to a good, just hitting strong throw, maybe just hitting high. and it performed through like that for 8 hours. So I'm not sure if it was just really long cure time, or if it was like just having that extra quantity, so more than 2 cubes that did it. But this actually did okay. Now this blend itself is quite nice. It's a bit of a mystery in a way. There's a smokiness to it, a sweetness, an earthiness. Yeah, it's a really nice blend. I would potentially buy the blend again, but I'm not going to be purchasing from that vendor again, because I just, too much of it. Even though that one performed this time, I've had too much other wax that just didn't perform. Next, sorry, I'm just going to have a drink. So, Baby Got Wax On Point, which is Blue Cypress and Jasmine. Now, I tried melting this twice, and I don't know if it was my sinus or I don't know what it was, but I could not smell. I could only get a very faint jasmine kind of hint. The third time I melted it, I actually got all of the notes. So I think there was just something about it the first couple of times where I just couldn't pick up any Blue Cypress. It just smelled like a very light floral. Still probably only medium-ish throw, but, you know, I could smell both. It's not a bad scent. Like, I've got other cypress type scents that I like better. Empire Alchemy Wax in particular does quite a few that I love. So I probably wouldn't repurchase this again, particularly just because it seems like whenever my nose gets even, whenever my sinuses get even slightly aggravated, my nose just gets kind of blind to it. Next, we have Hayden Row Africa. I don't know if this is like the Lynx scent or not, but it's really good. I've got it running in my son's bedroom at the moment. It's very kind of smoky, spicy, it is definitely like a heady kind of men's cologne type scent. Most of her scents kind of come off cologne-ish to me, like perfume or something. And I actually really like it, and I haven't smelled anything else like it. Last time I melted it, so it's throwing really strongly at the moment, like I can smell it in the hallway. Last time I melted it, I think it was still going strong at sort of the 8-hour mark. So I'm not sure if I'm placing any more orders with Hayden Row for various reasons. Not completely writing it off. If I do, there's a couple on the list that I think I do like her kind of manly scents the most. So James Dean is one that I wouldn't mind getting again, and I think this one as well. So maybe repurchase. Then we have, so this one's melting at the moment as well, in my lounge room. Inhale, exhale. So melon, temple, smoke, pear, pipe tobacco, and pomegranate. So this one's actually throwing really well. Like I think it's just hitting high, maybe just below high. I can't remember. I think it did die off at about the 5 to 6 hour mark, sort of to medium, last time I melted it. It's a really nice scent. Like, sniffing the cup, I'm getting the real sweetness. I'm getting the melon and the pear, so it's coming off really fruity. But in the lounge room, it's, you do start to get, the pipe tobacco has its own sweetness in a way as well. But that smoke just kind of weaves in there and just makes it really, really nice. So, might repurchase. I like it. There are other scents of hers that I would reach for before this one though. So I'm not sure if I would repurchase it, but it is a good one. Next on the Empties, I feel like it's probably going to be one video for Empties and one for the non-Empties, if the way I'm going. Pumpkin Parcel Forks. So this one's meant to be gloomy forests, gloomy woods and rain. And yeah, that's pretty much what it smells like there. I think I only got medium throw out of this one. I didn't pick it up super strongly. I do have a clamshell of this as well, because I think the scent description really kind of grabbed me. So I'll see how that one does. So, I like the scent, and but it'd be nice if it threw a little bit more. So we'll see how the clamshell goes. If it doesn't perform better, then I probably won't repurchase it again. So from Herb Apotheca, Paramore, I'm just sort of trying to work through these. I got them all clearance because she said she was going out of business. And I didn't really like this one. I can't remember. It's impossible to get the scent notes on her stuff now, just about. Yeah, I can't even kind of just, there's some floralness to it. I don't know, something about it that's just off-putting. Then another one I have a clamshell of Waiting, Pumpkin Parcel Jacob. So this one I know has like woods and earthy scent, like there's patchouli and there's oak moss and woods, and it's really nice. This one's through quite strongly, and really came through with those earthy tones. So I'm definitely enjoying it. We'll look forward to melting more of it. Will I buy more after that clamshell? I'm not sure. I like it, but I don't know if I like it enough. Maybe. Used Super Tarts Merlin. So this one I know is silver birch, cashmere. I can't remember the last note. The first time I melted it, I liked it, but I wasn't wowed. And I melted, this was sort of before I figured out that less is more with Super Tarts. I melted half the cup. And it performed okay, but it wasn't, wasn't ringing bells or anything. But this time I did, literally, I took the remaining half and I cut that in half again, so I had quarters. And that threw crazily strong for up to 10 hours. And it just smells really good. I'm really enjoying, really starting to enjoy silver birch as a scent. It's got this beautiful sweet freshness to it. It's really, really nice. So I don't know if I would repurchase this again. I've got a lot of Super Tarts waiting. This isn't one of them. It's a maybe. I enjoyed it. Then, look, I promise I am nearly through my empties at least. Also emptied Blue Sugar. So from That Smell Good shop, Blue Sugar, Deep Blue Sea, and Noel Frost. This would be a customer blend. And I really quite liked it. It's definitely got that frostiness coming through the most. But I'm sure the Noel Frost has something kind of minty to it, but blended with that Deep Blue Sea and the Blue Sugar, it's actually really nice. It was probably only medium high to throw, but to be honest, sometimes with scents like that, I don't like them to be overpowering. So it was actually kind of perfect for my lounge room. Yeah, that's really nice. I might get that again, actually. I really did enjoy it, so I might actually mix that up do my own custom request for that at some point. I'm not gagging for it, but maybe. It's nice. I like it. Next on the empties, so I melted Super Tarts Tyrian. So this is Rice Krispies Kumquats, I think a whipped cream. So this one is, look, I don't like the smell of Rice Krispie treats. But this one with, I think, the kumquats made it kind of bearable. So it still wasn't my favourite. It's still not one I would repurchase, but I didn't mind it while it was in. It did really well for 8 hours. It threw, strong throw. I think, I don't know if I've come across a Super Tarts yet that wasn't, strong at a minimum. But yeah, just not a scent that I would rush back to get. Then Maple and Wattle Schweppes Blood Orange. So this is just like a effervescent blood orange scent. Really good. So this time I blended it with, I've got it going behind me actually with Pink Lemonade, because I got a few different soft drink type ones of hers. But yeah, I love effervescent scents. I love blood orange scents. So this was just perfect. Not really strong throw, so I'd say good throw. you know, maybe medium bordering on high. You know, and I think it did sort of start to die off went down to medium after about 6 hours. But I would repurchase it, or sort of play around to get my own blends of that, or include blood orange and effervescence in blends in the future, because they go together really well. 3 more empties, and then yes, I think I will do a separate video for the stuff that I didn't empty, because that's, you know, otherwise I'm going to be here for 40 plus minutes. African flower, Mad Sense African flower, orange flower, patchouli and musk, and this is one of my, not a beef, but Mad Sense bags. If you want to smell the actual wax, you have to rip it open. There's no other way about it. And I couldn't find any proper tape, so I used electrical tape. This one's a really nice earthy floral. I think the throw was, like, I had it in my laundry, so it was a pretty contained room, and it was throwing pretty well in there. And it was still going when I took it out. Yeah, there's like an earthy spiciness to that one. It's quite nice. I don't know if I'd repurchase it again, but it was enjoyable. Then we had, so from the It sampler from Maple and Wattle, Beep Beep Richie. So I know this one has like whipped cream, maybe maraschino cherry, and I think some whipped cream and stuff. On cold, I was not sure about it. It smelled kind of artificial cherry, but I actually really enjoyed it warm. It was really nice. Probably not enough to purchase again, but it was good, and it was throwing high, and it was pretty much the same. I think I changed it at 8 hours, and it was doing the same the whole way through. And lastly, another Maple and Wattle from a sampler, Champagne Toast. I'm gonna have to see. I'll be honest, I can't remember this one. So whether that means that it didn't throw, or... Sorry, I was just looking behind me to see if I could find my cheat sheet for that sampler. Look, I don't remember it, so I don't think I would repurchase it for that reason. Yeah. So that is it for the empties and the ginger ales. I will return shortly with part 2, which is my all of the stuff that I melted but didn't empty. So see you soon.